Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we're at the Embassy Suites in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and we're going to take a little tour around the hotel and take a look at our hotel room. I'm doing a voiceover for this video because the original audio was terrible. This hotel has quite an impressive lobby. As you can see, it's got a waterfall and a little pond and a little bridge over the pond, and it provides a very relaxing setting. This isn't an atrium hotel like some Embassy Suites are. It does have a bit of an atrium here over the lobby, but it's not the same as having a room that opens out onto the atrium. Here in the lobby we have an Aves car rental, and then off in the distance over there is the breakfast area and Chef Kenny is making omelets. There's a little convenience store here and it's self-checkout. It requires a key card to get in and you do a self-checkout and charge everything to your room. We didn't actually go in there though. Then we have a very well-equipped fitness center, which we'll go in and check that out.
I like the numbers though.
This is the pool. It goes all the way to 6 feet deep, which you don't see too much in hotels anymore. And over here, this appears to be like a jet tub type thing. Like a hot tub.
It says hot water.
It says what?
It says hot water over there.
So, okay, yeah, so the spa, maximum depth, 3 feet. So this is heated and I guess has bubbles or whatever, jets.
They have floaties in there.
This, I assume, is the yellow pool.
Yeah.
And we know why it's called the yellow pool. It's only 1.5 feet deep. And it is kind of yellow.
It has bubbles emanating from it.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yep. This is a really nice little area though, and it's kind of in between the buildings, so it's kind of secluded.
I wish that I would have brought my swimsuit.
Well,
oh, well,
we don't think about swimming when we go on trips like this. So, our room is somewhere up there. 8. Get out of the elevator. Our room 804.
So we're going to do a quick tour of this room. This is checkout morning, so we've already slept here and messed up the room a little bit. This isn't how it was when we first got here. So we go back over here to the front door and we have the standard safety features like this peephole that somebody has stuffed Kleenex in. For whatever reason, they might want to do that. We get a map of the floor here. And then we get the standard safety latch and deadbolt lock. Then we see a door to an adjoining room, which is obviously not part of this suite unless you pay for it, so the door's locked and closed. We have some mystery switches here that no telling what they do, but they don't seem to do anything at all. Moving into the room, we have a nice L-shaped sectional couch with a chase lounge, and it's separated from the wall by a few feet, I guess so you can get over here by the window and look out or open and close the curtains. Off in the distance there is I-95, and we're on PGA Boulevard, which is a little bit further to the left here. So the room is nicely decorated. We have a TV mounted on the wall and a little desk area. Down here on the lamp, we have a 120 volt outlet and USB-C and USB-A. So now we'll move over here to the little wet bar area. And we get a microwave oven, a gigantic ice bucket, 2 actual glasses, and then we get these waters that are not cheap. You get the regular Walmart water for free if you're a Hilton Honors member of some level. The fancy water is $12 a bottle. And if you're not a Hilton Honors member, which is, I don't know why anybody wouldn't be, if you're not a member, you pay $3 per bottle of this cheap water. Then we get the typical sink with cold and hot running water. Underneath the sink is just the plumbing, nothing in that cabinet. And then we get a refrigerator. Then we see another empty cabinet and an empty drawer, so they don't include any utensils or cookware or anything like that. It's not a full kitchen. Then we get this thing here with all the condiments for the coffee. You get your Sweet and Low and your Splenda and sugar and little packets of coffee and such. We get a Cuisinart 2-cup coffee maker, which, in my opinion, is just something you'd find in the bathroom of a Hampton Inn. I don't know why they won't spring for a Keurig. The HVAC is controlled by a thermostat here on the wall, and as you can see, it's very hot in here. I turned off the air condition just to quiet things down while I did the video, which I wound up having to redo the voiceover anyway because the audio was terrible, so I could have left the air conditioner running and it would have been cool. They give us a door to separate the bedroom from the living room, so I guess if the party's still going on in the living room, you can close the door and go to bed. Once we're in the bedroom, we get a king bed, which is, like I said, we've already slept in this room, so it's a little messed up. It's not neatly made. As we move over here to the nightstand, we get an electric outlet with both USB-C and USB-A. And then what I thought was a mystery switch turns out that it works ambient lighting behind the headboard that I didn't even know about. Not that I really would have used it, but it's still an interesting feature to have in the hotel room if you want to just have a little bit of light without going blind in the middle of the night if you have to get up and go to the bathroom or something. But there is a regular light at each side of the bed over the nightstand, and each nightstand has 2 drawers, both of which are empty. And looking through all these drawers, this is the second Hilton property we've stayed at that didn't have a Bible, which is one of the things you usually find in a hotel room. And there's also no phone book, which is something that you never see in a hotel room anymore. We did find a safe with an electronic combination that you can lock your important stuff in and then forget the combination and it's gone forever, I guess. Then in the center here we get a cabinet, so I guess if you bring your vintage gaming consoles like the Atari 2600, you can put it in there to keep it out of sight. Then over here in the corner, what would otherwise be wasted space, they've put a little vanity type thing set up for putting on makeup or whatever, with a lamp and a little chair and a mirror. So it's a nice touch. The AC ductwork is over the hall, so one air conditioning unit blows cold air both into the living room and the bedroom. Now we'll move into the world's smallest hotel bathroom. This bathroom is possibly the smallest bathroom I've ever seen in a hotel room. It's nicely equipped. It has a mirror with the lighting behind it. A separate switch controls the overhead light and the mirror light, so you can turn one or both of them on, so it's very well lit. But as you can see, the door nearly hits the toilet, and if somebody were sitting on that toilet and the door were suddenly to fling open, you'd probably get knocked off the toilet. We get Crabtree and Evelyn soap, hot and cold running water, a box of Kleenex, and for whatever reason, there's body lotion and shower gel at the sink. And of course, we get the standard array of bath towels and washcloths and bath mat. Those are scattered all over since we've used the shower already. If we close the door, then we can access the shower. On the wall, they have body wash, and then shampoo and conditioner are not on the wall for some reason. The knob to turn on the shower is at the right-hand side of the shower, while the actual shower head is on the left-hand side, and then the drain is on the right, which will allow me to turn on the shower without getting wet. so you can see how well the shower head works, which is actually it's a very nice shower. We've already used the shower and it was a very good shower. But once again, I can't reiterate the fact that this is a very small bathroom. It's almost claustrophobic in here. Back out in the hall, we have a closet right across from the bathroom. And at one time, you can see the closet had doors on it, but the doors have been removed, probably because they were in the way and really didn't serve any function. So we'll walk over here to the window and see the view, which the window's a little dirty and there's a lot of reflection. You can see Carrie's red phone in my hand. We're looking east towards I-95 in the Atlantic Ocean, which is 3 or 4 miles away. And our location is between Jupiter, which is to the north, and West Palm Beach, which is to the south. Anyway, we're going to conclude this room tour here. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.